Well, hello everybody, welcome back to Just Gaming today. Today we're going to play some more Infinitode 2. We've gone ahead and done the reset, and I've got a video out about that. This is kind of what the tree, let's go back, this is what the tree looks like in Endless. I'm just going to stay in Endless at this point. I pretty much had all the towers kind of maxed out as far as the normal mode goes. And what I mean by endless is this mode here. I've been running the game in normal mode for the most part. Now I'm running it in endless. I've done the reset. I've done a fair bit of playing since then. Just every once in a while, get in here, run a few levels, do the daily, things like that. I do the daily loot. I don't do the daily quest all that much. But I've gone through and done a number of things. Some key things here that I've done is I've used a research ticket to snag this one. So completed quests will be replaced with the next one. So that way I can get more than, the 3 quests done. And also over here, I believe there's one of this one. So regular quest slots instead of, having 3 quest slots, we have 4 now. And I've worked my way down this tree quite a bit here. So I've done green paper bonuses, this quest slot or loot rarity, and then I got down to this one, which is more quest difficulty and quest prizes. I've done a bonus ×2 segment to try and get a better chance at that when I spin the wheel. More loot rarity and more green papers. And now I'm kind of stuck here with prestige quest resets. So I haven't done a second reset, right? And maybe the idea here is to do the second reset very quickly. I don't know. I don't think so, because I think you want to work through these quests and get the rewards and then do another reset. But we'll see. Down here, you have to offer loot frequency. That's pretty good. One thing I had to do to get through here is I did have to create some 50 plus. I did have to create some maps and run them and get more than 50 tickets. I've done that 3 times so far. There's certain tricks about it, that I'll put together a video. I was trying to create this very large map that had all these different platforms and a lot going on. I tried to create a map that was similar to the maps that you run and the levels that you run, normally. And that seemed to be very difficult to get 50 tickets on. I would always get like 46 tickets, 47 tickets. I was always just shy. Then I created a really simple map where I just loaded up the map with a bunch of stuff at the very top or bottom or side. It just depended on how I put the map together. I loaded up a ton of stuff on so that the value of the map was very, very high. But then I created a very simple winding platform, or not platform, but winding roadway, and use some information that I found on the wiki about, trying to put a 50 plus map together, and it did work okay. Maybe I'll show that here. I think there's there is information out there if you want it, but maybe I'll put one together here when I put the next one together, because I do have to do at least 2 more here. Let's see here, where you just have to sell these maps. I think I just need 2 more, and then that stipulation of the 50 plus maps is complete. And maybe it comes back after you do some things. But what I found interesting about, the reset is look at the max level now. I mean, if you play on endless, you truly do have quite a lot to work through. I was trying to complete that map, or I was trying to complete the research tree in the normal mode, but good grief, this is pretty wild. So the key, thing here within endless is this dust here. So I have to learn more about this. I'm accumulating it now that I'm running endless. You get a certain amount per run that you do and whatnot, and you can get a fair amount, especially if you do like the one that has the multiplier and stuff. But I want more. So I'm trying to, I've put a lot of investment into this particular part of the tree, so I can earn more dust as I'm running things. You see, I'm not super far into it. I mean, I'm on level 8 out of 50, but it does cost quite a bit. So there's some things there that I've I've got to keep moving along. I do have these research tickets that I can use. I don't know if I can use it down here. Oh, I can't. So I do have these research tickets. I got a fair bit of them. I just got another one. Um, but I'm not so sure I want to just go into that yet. So this one here is ability driven. So getting your abilities back and whatnot is pretty cool. There's a few more extra slots that appeared over here. I still haven't gotten the dev completions here. I do have my time now. Research levels, I'm still a little bit off on that. And then the last thing is the stars on the dev. So when I complete this one, I'll probably go back and try dev and see if I can get through that. But pretty decent tree so far. There's still a lot of things I can invest in, and just keep moving forward. Let's see, previous research, enemies killed by the laser. So I need to play the laser more. So some of these towers, it's enemies killed by. So I just need to play some of these towers more, and I'll get more just free bonuses. So you can tell the towers I play. I've been playing Crusher a lot, the Tesla. And I've been playing this one a lot for its ultimate, the minigun, the ultimate where you put out separate miniguns, and that's really really cool. And of course the multi shot. Been playing that quite a bit. So been having fun in the game. So here's kind of where I'm at on the trophies. I've got a few trophies that are left. Research developer, I've still got to get to that. Complete all stages and wave milestones on levels 1 through 5 to obtain. I thought I had done that on a previous thing, but I think I reset before I got through, all of it. So I have to go get that one. 126 on 5.3. I probably have to go back to normal mode to get to this level because even then it was pretty tough. So that's just the other ones are just waves on a specific level. Yeah. But this is where we are trophy wise. Got a fair bit of them. We still got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 missing. So that was research tree. I'm trying to think of what else here. I think that's about where I'm at. So I've obviously done a few reworks. I thought when you reset that maybe the stars would reset too, but they do not. So I'm not quite sure. Maybe it's in the developer mode that you can create maps with stars or something, and then you can run them to get your stars. I'm not really sure because right now I can only get 5, 6, 7, 8 more stars, and in this research tree. There's this guy here, which is another regular quest slot, but you need 120 to do anything with. So I'm wondering if you just don't ever have access to this unless you reset it and put everything in here. I'm just not sure. So it's kind of strange. But maybe there's some secret to it. I haven't seen like anywhere where it says, oh, reset this branch or whatnot. I'm not really sure how that goes. But anyways, try and figure that out and see if we can get things going. So to here, you can notice some of these levels I'm very close to getting the waves, the quests redone. When I run this, you are definitely getting more dust. So like this is the times 2.5 dust. So if I run this, I'll get a decent amount of dust out of it. Let's go ahead and run this one for this video. So times 2.5, we got a bunch of quests ready. So let's hit that. Let's get our abilities maxed out. And let's give it a shot. All right, so this one is multi-shot focus. So we got 2 multi-shots here. And then when you're on, another thing is when you're on the endless version, they just cut right through the platforms. So this one's a little bit longer map, so it's not terrible. But what I'm going to do here is put some multi-shots down here, see if we can get them leveled up. I am going to throw a freeze here because it's got that range and it's pretty nice. Let's see, we got 153 left. I'm going to throw a multi-shot here. And I'm thinking about maybe, let's see, we got 83 left. I'm just going to start it there and see if we can get this up and running. Hopefully I can. I want to get this so that I get an experience mod here so these multi-shots start leveling up really quickly. Okay, and then, oh, I made a mistake. Hold on, stop. Oh boy. Yeah, so we've got these three coming. I'm going to take damage from them because I did not get anything out that will attack them. So very problematic. None of my abilities are ready yet. So that's something, you need to think about. I was so focused on the multi-shot that I'm going to take some damage here. It's not terrible because it's just three of them. But if it's another, let's say I got this one coming next. So here I think I'm going to put out a Tesla once I can get something going there. Let's speed this up a little bit. Come on, Tesla. There we go. And I wouldn't mind getting a crusher kind of in the middle here. So things are kind of focused in the middle. And these, really the strong and the armored are the problems here. I'm just going to put some basics in here just to avoid, this easy pathway that they get. We'll go ahead and put that in. So we got some Teslas. We got some things here that can start doing some damage. Feel pretty good about that start there. And then I want to try to establish the pathing if I can. Get these freeze towers laid out. So at least we have some things down to kind of slow some things down, get some pathing going. Now these guys here, the multi-shots will do an okay job of trying to get them down a little bit. Throw a multi-shot here. I don't think anything I'm doing here is very special. I would really like to find a spot where I can throw one of the, maybe it's, no, I got to put one somewhere. So I'm just going to throw it here for now. I really like these bounties. They just generate currency if you can they generate interest essentially. So the interest is what comes out of the top here. You'll see like a little coin number come out. The more money you have saved up, the more money that comes out. So really you want to have around a 2,500 bank, and then this is going to shoot 50 coins up every time it generates. The problem is if you put an enemy, or you put a tower next to it, if it actually defeats an enemy, it gets no gold. So it's kind of, good and bad. I got to work with it and see how it works out for you. So I'm going to put another Tesla here. Just get something going there. Now here, I'm going to start to establish a network of experience points. Let's see, I'm going to go ahead and put a Tesla here and another multi-shot as I can. Throw this in, and I'm hoping this is kind of enough to get things rolling here where we can kind of save some money up for a little bit. We'll see. Not sure it'll work, but we'll see. That looks okay. Put this as bonus XP. And when other things hit this and help kill the enemy within, they get extra experience points. And then finally, I think I just need to fill in these 3 spots here, which I think I'm going to try and do with some crushers if I can. Throw a crusher there so I have to circle around. So now the pathing should be very similar to what it would be if it wasn't, if they didn't have platform walk. So really there's just a few spots here left. I'm going to speed it up a little bit. And I don't know that I've really done this level very much, or if I've run it since I've gone to endless. So it is significantly harder. The enemies do have more health. They are sometimes, I don't know if they're actually faster. They do have a lot of extra health, and they're, you kind of gotta, you definitely have to build your towers up quicker and get things established so you don't get overwhelmed. Let's see here. Here, I think I want. I've got some flyers that are going to be coming. There's just helicopters. I'm going to go ahead and put one of the miniguns in. Here, I think I'm going to put a second one of these in if I can. I really want to get to that 2500 and get the ball rolling on the old bank. If you get to the 2500, this thing's spitting out 50 per, and then you can start acting like the 2500 is kind of your 0 point and work from there. So we're almost at 2500, then we can start really investing in some of the towers a bit. Yeah, so above 2500. So this is when I start to really start to invest in towers again. I do need to close this off here, so that way it's a little bit extra that it has to go through. I'm going to maybe put the multi-shots down here because I do need to work the enemies killed quite a bit. Yeah, you see they snuck through there. All right, so one more of these would be nice. It's almost there anyways. Okay, so we're good there. Now when I get this mine going so I can get another XP out, those multi-shots up top are almost to the point where, sorry, are almost to the point where they have gotten to level 20. That one out. Okay, so these crushers are getting fed now. Let's go up and get these guys leveled up a little bit because they're going to be level 20s soon. So I'm going to take some damage here, but I'm not overly concerned about it. We'll see. I want these crushers. I'm going to go ahead and blow this up. I want these crushers to get to the point where they can store 3. That would be really nice. Here we go. There's one. And here's your second one. So that'll help quite a bit. So this one's done. I'm going to go ahead and throw maybe a venom tower there. We do have a lot of stuff coming through here that would be nice to get poisoned. And wouldn't mind having it like a poison field here when it levels up some. All right, so let's get these leveled up and get these towers doing a little bit of something. I'm just going to keep these basic towers there as blockers for the moment. And the next thing we can do is get an XP one going over here since it's cheaper now. This one we are having problems with the strongs. So I'm going to go ahead and try and beef this area up a little bit. So when they come through here, at least they're taking some damage. I'm going to do the bonus XP. I'm going to do the sheer damage there. I'm going to try and grab another crusher here. And finally, what do I want here? Let's maybe look at a laser. Laser there. Yeah, let's do a laser here. I'm going to remove this one. It's right next to the... I'm going to remove this one and look to put a sniper in. See how that goes. I need to slow things down a little bit. You can see I'm trying my best to stay a little bit above that kind of 2500 mark and stabilize a little bit here. Now this one's going to contribute to the experience points, so I am going to go ahead and take that. I'd like to do a little bit of mining while we're doing this, so I'm going to get this up here. Are these 20 yet? Not quite yet. We're taking some damage from these guys. I'm going to pump this up a little bit. Let's just do a nuke and blow some stuff up. I probably shouldn't be using the nuke, but I am playing on the super fast speed. It's just hard to react when you're doing that. Let's slow it down a little bit and get things upgraded. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and start upgrading these to level 4 just because they're leveling up as well. They're going to do a fair bit of damage. And again, I'm not the expert. I just like playing. So hopefully there's something we're learning here. I did start using these XP modules quite a bit. They are pretty good. And as you see, I've got level 20 towers already where things would have been like level 5 and level 4 and whatnot. Let's get these Teslas pumped up a little bit. They're hoping start getting some of these crushers up to the point where they're actually killing these armoreds versus just kind of doing a little damage and releasing them. That's one of the biggest problems with now I took disoriented here. This disoriented creates opportunities to get more coins. You can, I think it's about equal. You don't get a ton of extra damage off of the ultimate here. It's just like 1.16, which is really good. It may be better, but I kind of like this. See how it's streaking with the coins here. As your disoriented guy goes to fight, he actually produces coins. So I'm down with the coins right now. Get some of these special abilities on things, and let's pump that one up a little bit. We do have some extra money now. Let's see that. This one's almost done, so that'll be nice to be done with. Now here, I think I'm going to replace this with a multi-shot. Let's go ahead and pump these up a little bit. Make them somewhat worthwhile. And then I have no money. I mean, I have money, but I want to keep it above that 2,500. I'm not sure what to replace this with. Maybe a minigun, just to see if I can do more damage to these armoreds. The miniguns do a pretty, do an okay amount of damage to the armored. You see it's 150, but miniguns aren't super high on the damage potential because it's single target, but is what it is. All right, so things look okay. Not doing great here, but if I get around the 500,000 point, that seems to be where I'm at right now on the endless. Is typically I'll end up with about a 500,000 score. These greens are getting farther than I would like, but they got a lot of crushers they got to run through. So I'll build this area up just a little bit with these two. Yeah, that's not too bad. Almost there on that one. I'm going to build these crushers up a little bit so they can hopefully, do some major work on the enemies. That one's so close. Snag these. So now some of these guys are getting through again. Ugh. So I'm gonna set this one down to lowest and just see if I can kill off, just be a true like assassin type. This I might have to use. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and use a nuke there. Just kind of progress this a little bit. I've not run this map in Endless yet, so a little bit hectic. Wish these crushers would be able to do more damage to these strongs and armoreds and stuff. These guys, ugh. All right, one got through. I thought with all the multi-shot that we might be able to keep those away. Try and build this multi-shot up a bit since they're level 20s. See if that helps some. Yeah, we're barely doing any damage to these armors. That's unfortunate. Yeah, and the armors are faster too because they kind of ignore your slows. I saw we did defeat a stack of those little, I call them kind of like lightning arrowheads. They're the ones that look like the little icy triangles. Pop these up a little bit. Level 6. Take a couple points there until they pop out of here again. So now I'll go ahead and disorient again. Let's see, 312. The crushers have some kind of sliding scale as far as how um, they're kind of all interconnected as far as how their pricing goes for their upgrades. You just have to kind of look at them. It's not the same as other towers as how they upgrade, so kind of a little different. They are a really good tower, though. They're just being able to hold some of the enemies and stop them from advancing is pretty cool. This one, once I get here, I'm going to go ahead and do a freeze so I can try and get some of these down. It's just not doing enough damage, so let's see if I can get these guys a little bit more. And let's focus on the freeze a little bit too. Wish I would get that powerful freeze effect would be nice, but it's not happening. Oh. All right, now look at these guys. Oh, yeah, this is not good. Not good. Yeah, I don't know. I probably didn't play this right for sure. It's not going well. So I'm down to 5 health. I'm gonna go ahead and invest, up here and see if maybe I can get things going better. But yeah, these armored and the strongs on this one are really getting me quite badly. Let it get close and nuke it and just kind of see if that can happen. I also should have put down maybe one anti-air tower somewhere in here. My freezing's bad. I did not play this level very well. No, I'm thinking about it. Freeze it and then just throw poison out and try and survive. Poor choices of abilities too. I just used the poison there and I should have used the flamer, but I was afraid that it wasn't going to kill everything. So this one did not go as well. I was averaging about 500,000 on these. However, you know, I'm okay getting 72 bits. I really haven't invested heavily in the research tree either. So when I go back and look, I'm running endless, but I've not put a single point over here since I've opened all this endless stuff. So all of this is just where I left it from normal. Where I've been investing is in this tree here, and then this bits, this one, and this one. So I've been focusing my initial build here so I can earn more dust and I can earn more green papers and things like that. When I do start to invest in this portion here and make the towers better. I'm not sure which tower I'm going to go with. Um, as far as getting further investments in, because you do have some additional openings here, and then also just the ability to go to like level 50 and 100 on some of these is quite cool. Well, I wish the level would have went better, but I show what I show. I show 3-star runs and 1-star runs and whatnot. I don't like to or just not post when something goes poorly because that's part of gaming. Some things go well, some things don't. And so hopefully you kind of get a sense for where things are at the moment. I am just going to run endless from here on out and try and experience the game from that position. And hopefully it's a lot of fun. So far I'm still enjoying it, and I just want to keep progressing and making the research tree better. And we've got a lot of places to invest. You can see 400 over here. There's a lot of things we can do in there. So, you know what, like, subscribe, leave a comment, let me know how things are going for you. Again, this is Infinitode 2. It's free to play. There's a one-time $4.99 investment if you want to kind of double some of your prizes for completing things. But beyond that, it's a very, very fun tower defense game. You can play both on your PC and your phone. Thought I'd mention that again because I haven't talked about that in a little bit in case we have anybody new here. Well, thank you very much. Like, subscribe, leave a comment. Let me know how things are going. Take care, everybody.